Hello, you are listening to Skipping the Queue. I was about to say which episode it was, but I can never be sure because we skipped 1 week. We're talking about episode 11 of Blazar this week. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
Personally, I think Daybreaking Spell is a pretty good OP.
We're just doing counter takes just in our own podcasts.
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't have to know. And I'm also joined by Razin.
Hello.
Hello. So, how are we doing? Episode 11 of Blazar. Do we like it?
I think I like it, but I'm kind of in that this episode is very good, but it has the unfortunate reality of being the follow-up to what I think are extremely good episodes of this show. So I kind of came off of it as like, I didn't care for this one as much, but I'm curious to see what they're cooking next time around.
Because it's both a follow-up to two really good episodes. Shout out to the guy who unfortunately died. For ending off on a high note, but follow-up to two really good episodes while also being the first half of a two-parter. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I need to see what they're cooking next week. So
yeah, so this episode, first half of a two-parter, as Mel said. Basically, it's a little bit of fallout from last week as Scarred are sort of questioning, next time Blazar shows up, can we trust him? Is he still an ally?
Can we trust him not to hit himself?
Can we trust him not to hit himself?
Yeah.
And everyone seems a little uncertain about it, and Gento's responses to these questions are sort of, we'll wing it. Don't worry about it.
I think he specifically says play it by ear or something to that effect, and it's like, that is exactly what I want to hear a military commander say in an operation.
He's like, Commander, is Blazar our enemy or our ally? Guy who is Blazar. The funny part being, he himself is also unsure of this while being Blazar.
He is. He is sort of like having a bit of a crisis. There's a moment where he absent-mindedly asks Anri, hey, what would you do if you had like someone else in your head? And she's like, what? And he goes, what?
What if you were two guys? No, don't worry. I'm just saying, that's nothing.
Yeah. Goku and Vegeta, they would simply handle it.
Dragon Ball had fusions. I guess that's...
Well, it's two guys. It's two guys in one.
I haven't seen Dragon Ball.
So, a kaiju is coming from space. A meteor kaiju. It lands. This is
They're like, not this shit again.
Yeah. I was thinking it is funny we got this 2 weeks after Garamon, but they also kind of highlight this in the episode. This like, they're on high alert because we kind of just let Garamon happen. They don't want that to happen again.
Yeah. At some point, Taraki's like, we gotta trust space less. Which is the ultimate message of all of Ultraman.
If you think about it, he'd fit right into Ultra 7.
Yeah, he would. He's on that Ultra Guard. He's on that game.
I'm noticing that like he's being pigeonholed into the environmentalist one because he is talking about like, something from space would have bad effects on Earth's ecology. I'm like, is this his thing now? Is this just
I guess he, because his whole deal originally was like, Anri was kind of like shy about the fact that she was from the countryside. He's like, yeah, I'm from the countryside. The countryside's great. And now anything that threatens the existence of the countryside is like, ooh, I have to destroy this. But
Earth kaiju good, space kaiju bad.
True.
That's how
I'm
it
always
goes.
saying, this is just Rasen's early Ultraman takes. I'm terrible. Yeah. I'm also from the country. Oh no.
You're Teraraki pilled.
Oh no. Why couldn't I be Yasunobu?
Do you work out?
About that. Anyways.
I look just like Yasunobu, and because I never have to be on a camera, no one can argue with me. So the kaiju lands. Earth Garon gets, well, I mean, first of all, they got a little thing with like Earth Garon having to shoot it out of the sky first, but it dodges the shot. And then
it also doesn't like crash land like a meteor, but like literally like stops itself like it's landing.
Yeah. And then the Earth Garon has to get into a fight with it, get into a scrap, and
it has primal armor.
How are we feeling about this kaiju? I like it a lot.
Same.
It's cool. Just a note, its name is Gabalga.
Gabalga. Cool. Fantastic. Gabalga has got this kind of starfish type of design-ish.
It's like if a starfish kind of rolled up like an armadillo, though, sometimes.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's cool, though.
And it's got big teeth around its whole, like, because like its front is kind of its inside, and then its back is its outside. If you haven't seen the episode, what I've just said will make zero sense at all. If you've seen it,
also,
you'll be like, yeah.
Also, if you haven't seen the episode, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you haven't seen the episode, go watch the episode. What are you doing here? Stop. The fight with Earth Garon goes about as you'd expect. Earth Garon gets kind of wrecked.
Thanks to knowing there's an EMP blast, which is like the main reason.
Yes, thanks to an EMP blast that generates from Gabalga, and Gento kind of like detects it early and is like, "Oh, we have to get out of here," and orders the retreat, and avoids the worst of it, presumably.
Yeah, I know. I also just noticed like on a rewatch, just very clever use of prop placement where they have like Earth Garon running, and then they have like a building go in front of the camera. And then the Earth Garon's flying, because I guess they like didn't want to.
Do like a transition,
yeah.
The Gento then has to, like Anri's unconscious. Earth Garon's kind of like underwater. He turns into Blazar, and goes to fight Gabalga, and runs into the same problem again at some point when Blazar starts running out of juice. And
I feel like it's worth noting, too, that I think that my takeaway from this blast thing is that it's more than just an EMP, because it's also, like, deflecting projectiles a little.
Well, I think it's, like... Those are guided missiles, right? So it might be, like, messing with aiming.
But doesn't Blazar shoot his own projectiles at it and runs into the same issue?
His beams are, like, blocked, I think, as well. It's like it's like an electromagnetic barrier as well, they say.
Which, like, also, have we seen him use those before?
Well, listen,
the little
last week he used his rainbow buzzsaw to do an ice beam, and Blazar just pulls powers out of his ass.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't remember if we had seen those in a previous fight or not, but not that I'm complaining, they're cool, but...
do you mean the little, like, energy blast that he does?
Yeah, the little Dragon Ball Pew Pew blast that he's...
They are little Dragon Ball Pew Pew blast. I think he did them in episode 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, just more about on the subject. When Ultraman pulls powers out of his ass, it's like an ass pull. But when Blazar does it, it's like, what the fuck is this guy?
It's like, oh, look, the baby learned how to walk.
It's like, well, who is Blazar? Why can he Fusroda?
He did Fusroda.
Blazar starts losing the fight. Starts beeping. Color timer starts flashing, much to what's-his-face's chagrin, rolling in his grave. And
Toru Naruto.
That's the one. That's his name. I disrespected him so much.
I was about to say, I can't believe you forgot the name of your enemy.
It's the ultimate disrespect. He then Blazar starts fighting back against Gento. Gento's like instinct is to like, well, we got to continue the fight. We got to protect the town. And Blazar seems to be like pulling himself out of the way, out of danger, as like self-preservation, because bro, we're fucking losing. We gotta go.
To the extent that they eventually like he fly yeets himself out of harm's way.
Yeah. Much to the horror of everyone on the team saying, Blazar ran away.
Yeah. Everyone there's like two like higher ups. One of the who's the guy that commissioned the SCAD or whatever, and then the other one is like his superior, and they're both kind of like overlooking this. Like, damn, we gotta rethink some shit.
Yeah. So the one guy who is like Retsu Haruno is like Gento's superior. But the new guy is Retsu's boss is apparently Minoru Genkawa, which we only know because of the subtitles, Shin Godzilla style.
Something I noticed too that I think is also true. I'd have to rewatch it, but I think you can tell which part is Gento and which part is Blazar based on which part of the body has the pulsing lights going through it. I think that's true at the very least. Like, what if you look on the scene, who is summoning the lance and who is saying, no, like, put that away and let's yoink on out of here into the sky. And similarly, with him punching himself last week too. I think the way that they're showing that visually is the part of the body that's like pulsing is Blazar. So
yeah, I think I've seen some people say that like Blazar is like the lights part, and the more explicitly silver part is Gento, maybe.
Yeah.
Which like in some ways you see that when like the Blazar's right hand doesn't have the blue and white on it, and that's the one where the laser comes out of, and then he like stops himself with the other hand, which has the blue and white on the blue and red on it.
It'll be interesting. Which arm does the toy manifest on?
The left hand.
Okay.
So the Blazar, the
Blazar side.
Yeah, the Blazar side. It'd be interesting, I think, to like revisit the show down the line and like with the foreknowledge and like see the earlier episodes. But like obviously in those episodes, the Blazar like seems to be more one unit, and like the fact that Gento and Blazar are disagreeing in the same body is like the plot point of this arc, basically.
Yeah.
And so I think is the group read on this that Blazar's like, I'm kind of scared right now that we're gonna eat shit. Let's just fuck out of here, because that's also what I had too.
And like we get like the cut at the end of the episode where like Gento gets dropped in the middle of a forest, and he like recalls back to in Earth Garon, and he's like, I said that, but it was Blazar inside me that was making me feel like we had to get out of there. Like it was kind of like almost like Blazar speaking through him, and it was sort of like
Yeah, I guess I technically haven't wrapped the summary yet, because what happens is he gets dropped off in a forest somewhere, and alive, but not feeling too great, and Gabalga heads off to another populated area to wreak some EMP havoc. Next time, more Blazar.
Yeah.
End of the
episode. Did you guys see the previews?
I decided not to watch, honestly, just because I was like, it's a two-parter, so I'm just going to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
I did watch it, but I guess I will avoid talking about it then.
Yeah, only reason why is because this episode absolutely just has ads which spoil things for the next episode.
Oh. Well, I'm happy.
Oh, I didn't watch the ads.
I'm happy I did not watch that stuff then.
Good. But... I did let you know in advance. And just be like, okay, there's this.
Yeah.
In this
That's the reason why I skipped them, because I saw your little message in the chat. I'm like, oh, okay.
I just looked at my phone. This I think it's a pretty good episode. I think I like that we're spending like a lot of time on this split between the two of them in the same body.
You're seeing like Gento, like a lot of his times where he's alone, he's like clearly like doesn't feel Blazar as reliable. in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just like, even when he's doing his Mind Palace thing and like the shutdown Garon, like, he's like thinking of all the options. Then Blazar shows up and he's like, well, I guess this is my only option. He's like very like resigned to it rather than like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not I'm trying to find a word that isn't enthusiastic, but more like, you know.
He's not like relying on Blazar. He doesn't feel like he can rely on Blazar completely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of see that like in the last shot of the episode where he's just like looks very like despondent and also frustrated at like the stone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting stuff.
As if a father disappointed in his child.
like Hayao Miyazaki refusing to hand over Studio Ghibli to Goro.
Now Ultraman, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
The idea of someone being the idea that the original Ultraman might have had parents is terrifying. They raised that monster.
Don't you? Well, I mean, we all know from our email that he had his best friend Crod.
Oh yeah, his partner, his detective partner, got killed on the job. He was 2 days from retirement, maybe. I
gotta be honest. If you get killed by Bebular, skill issue.
Honestly, maybe that's why that story can't be canon, is because Ultraman's response would be, really? Ultraman would not actually feel that bad about it. Earth Garon got a decent showing this week. Earth Garon did he got a little bit of a fight. I'm always cheering for Earth Garon, even when it's clearly evil last week. But
there's a part of me that's like, if I had known what the show would be, I would do the capsule countdown, but for how long Earth Garon jobs.
I'm a little surprised, because we're about, I guess, over the 1/3 mark of the show now.
I think in like 2 weeks we'll be at the halfway point.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't used Earth Garon being like a mecha to like try to sell more toys by putting like a bunch of wacky add-ons and shit on him yet.
Yeah, I mean, they have put some add-ons on. They have, like, the Mod 2 lasers, but, like that's it.
Like,
so
the big
far.
cannons, but that's, like, it, you know?
Now, if this was Toei, Earth Garon would have, like, 15 different forms.
Now, are you trying to imply something about modern Kamen Rider?
And Super Sentai, yes.
I have... All I have seen online so far about the new Kamen Rider is I have like seen someone say like posting about like someone saying, "Oh, but it's just a really super simple, straightforward story." Good.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. Oops.
Just imagining now, like, Toei Ultraman Blazar, where there's, like, Earth Garon, the next episode there's Mars Garon, Moon Garon, Jupiter Garon.
Oh, no, okay, no, we can't pretend that that's a bad idea. That's an amazing idea. I want Mars Garon.
Toei is the studio who animated Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah. God damn. Oh, I can't wait for the Garons that are gay.
I think you mean cousins.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Garon cousins.
They're robots! How are they cousins?
Anyway. Do we have anything more to say about this episode?
Just how are we feeling about this as like the first half of a two-parter compared to the other first half of a two-parter we've had?
Yeah, perfectly solid, I'd say. Like this to me, so honestly, this to me until the final like minute did not feel like a two-parter. I was kind of shocked it didn't get like wrapped up and then Blazar just leaves instead of like finishing up the problem, and I was like, oh, okay, sure. I wasn't expecting the like split to be like a little miniature arc of the show, but I'm happy that like y'all have said, I'm happy they're sticking with it, and this is clearly going to be an issue that you have to work through. So I'm excited to see what they do next week.
They didn't advertise that it was going to be a 2-parter, did they? It just had an episode title. The other one had like episode title Part 1.
Part 1, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe I kind of like, part of me like intuited that maybe it would be a 2-parter just like, oh yeah, this would be like right before the end of the core, and this is like clearly like about Gento's arc. So maybe someone's like, okay, it probably is gonna be like a 2-parter, but like, you know. So
we get like a big 2-parter and then one little standalone episode just to cap off the first half.
I'm poisoned by knowledge of modern Ultraman, so that's probably
damn.
I mean,
she knows how the sausage is made.
To be honest, I think that's a pretty solid formula. Like I have often watched anime where they've had like the big finale, and I've gone like, you know what would make this finale way better is if you'd done it last week, and then this week you just had one last little adventure just to show how things are now.
Like an epilogue sort of deal.
Modern Prequel does that. The last episode's usually an epilogue.
Nice. All right.
I have to do a color timer too.
Oh, color timer. Hit us.
I do have one last thing, I guess, before, like, I think it's neat how, like, coming off of original Ultraman, I guess, like, the one thing I'd always kind of known or heard about with that character is, like, oh, I mean, it's interesting because, like, it's about how there's, like, both a person and, like, an alien kind of together in one body, and I don't really think that original show explores that all that like at all.
No, because one of those guys is asleep the entire show.
Yeah,
and it's revealed to us as a punchline in the final episode.
And also, Ultra 7 is literally about what if the alien was the guy.
Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of nice between Shin Ultraman and this actually getting stuff that is exploring that dichotomy and the differences between their two viewpoints and what they can come together on, that sort of thing. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of modern Ultra stuff does this, but it's just cool to finally be able to see it with my eyes.
I think we'll definitely see at some point differing views of how to approach the host Ultra divide.
Now, giving us a little optimism, maybe this is Cope. Maybe this is what Return of Ultraman is.
Maybe.
You never know.
It would be funny if they did Hayata a second time.
It'll be really funny if Return of Ultraman is just a good show, and we're like, forget Ultraman entirely.
Watch
Return of Ultraman.
When he returned, though,
his second outing.
Yeah, you know, he's had some practice.
Ultraman's second gig.
Well, now that's worse. I haven't actually watched that. I've just heard a lot about it, and I'll be like, I can't. I'm dreading watching it.
It's very dumb.
Dan Moroboshi, so number 7.
You should watch it just to get mad at the final few episodes.
Yoko Kanno watching people surfing and being like, I have exactly 3 questions.
One of the greatest songs of all time.
All right. Well, color timer.
Yes. 5 minutes, 35 seconds.
Damn.
It's a long one.
That's long.
I guess there's meat to it.
Yeah. That's why he wanted to get the fuck out of there. He's like, it's been 5 minutes.
He does. Ultraman don't last long. Ultraman's got to get in and out. All right.
That's a long time to hear the Zelda low heart beeping noise.
That's actually
my favorite reference is the Pokemon Black and White low health theme.
I'm Halo no shields.
There are 3 types of people in this world.
There are 3 types of people in the world.
I'll give it to Red just because Gento did do the world's first Halo jump.
Now, the thing is, that's not from the game Halo.
Wait, Halo isn't about doing Halo jumps? I've been lied to.
I've never played Halo. I don't know anything about this.
Oh, that's a Metal Gear Solid 3 joke.
The Halos is the big rings. They go to Halo. I'm not just explaining Halo lore.
Hey, Red, what does it mean to glass a planet?
What happens is the Covenant shows up, and they they give.
Are they like alien cool?
They're like alien cool. So listen, the Arbiter is alien cool. He is just that cool. Anyway, that's it. End of the episode. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at _Q.
If you're a Marvel or Star Trek writer who wants to get mad at us for our jokes,
shut up. We can't just call out some random guy.
I think I missed this entirely.
No, this was someone who responded to one of your shit posts.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to misinterpret jokes, go right ahead. It's at ultra_QUEUE. I'm also on Twitter at gender_redacted. Mel.
You can follow me at Twitter and the other sites at Dear Crowns. We have an email, ultraqpod@gmail.com. We have a coffee, ultraqfund. Rest.
You can find me on Twitter, co-host Blue Sky. I need to use those other two more. I've been saying this for months. I'm bad. At Rasenbran. That's RASENBRAN. You can also find my YouTube channel, also Rasenbran. I got stuff in the oven. I'm going to stream Armored Core right after this. I need to get back to that shit bad. I'm missing it.
Yeah. That's an episode. Bye-bye. Yeah.
If it wasn't clear, last week's episode was not the final episode.
Yeah, there'll be a new episode of Ultra Q on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Despite the fact we disbanded, we're getting the band back together.
Mm-hmm. I returned Red's dog and I deleted Nikkei from my phone. And
I unfortunately have new Crimes Against Humanity.
Oh no! Well, tune in Thursday.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Later.